Well, here we are on a Saturday afternoon, getting around the table, enjoying the weather, and painting rocks.
And trees.
And trees. Why are we doing that?
Unplugged GT 2012, 2013.
Conflict GT.
2013, right?
Yeah, well, I think our ultimate goal is to have enough for all of our tables for a grand tournament. But in the meantime, we're just kind of expanding our collection.
Expanding our collection out to a ridiculous number of trees and rocks.
Yep.
For good measure.
So if you look around, this box is filled with trees that have been assembled and primed. This box has trees that have been washed with a mixture of brown and green.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, Peyton, Jeff, getting it done. This is the base cut of hardboard that those trees are going to go on.
We got about 200 of those in there.
So those were primed, dry brushed with 2 coats. And they're also going to have these rocks on the bases.
Rocks!
So we're doing several colors.
Here we have the terracotta. And
I like the terracotta.
I like it too.
traditional gray.
Yep. And so not only, this isn't even everything that ends up on the forest, because the foliage is the separate piece too.
Lichen.
Yeah, lots of lichen.
And lichen. I'm liking it.
And clump foliage on the trees.
Yeah, these are the easy parts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
There's only 200 of them. It's no big deal.
Yeah, we
Really?
did something like 200 trees.
So each forest base has how many trees?
So there are 2 types. I made large templates and small templates. And the templates will have these bases on top of them. Each of these bases will have 3 or 2 trees, depending on the size. And so the big forest templates have 12 trees on them total.
What?
Of varying heights, and the small forests have 6.
Wow.
Yeah, by the way, these forests, they block line of sight.
Yep.
Right, that's part of the point, right, is that they're going to actually block line of sight.
Yep.
Which is why we have varying heights, like the rocks, the lichen to an extent, and the trees are of varying heights as well.
Yeah, good variety of height in the trees. Too.
So they're filled with foliage. So how many hours do we know each forest stand, do you think, takes? Too many.
To put calm foliage on a large forest of trees would probably be 2 hours if you're beasting.
If you're yeah.
If you're like,
if
if you're owning it, yeah. If you tone down your canned wine consumption.
All right, so that's just the clump foliage. Between prepping the trees, painting the trees, clumping the trees, building the bases, putting them on the trees, and then sealing them in the end.
So 5 hours per base, at least.
Per forest?
Per forest.
I think it's double that.
You think so?
I think it's double that, yeah. Really, it takes a long time.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But the final product is good. You should put up some photos of our table.
Absolutely.
Yep.
To like link to this video.
It's definitely worth it. I took some pictures of the tables that you guys had done at
Yep.
Right.
your tournament, John, and they were amazing. They're up on Facebook actually.
You did a battle report of one of Greg's games, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, and we're making some improvements for this batch stuff. The forests are going to have a little bit different variety because we learned some lessons last time. Cut the bases to some different sizes.
We have some taller trees this time.
Taller trees. The rivers we're making, or ponds, water features, are kind of our 2.0 water features. They're going to be structured a little bit differently, colors and stuff.
So each table is going to have 2 forests, 3 forests?
It's a little bit of variety. For this batch we're doing, we're loosely basing it on the ETC table setups.
Oh.
So each table is going to have around 1 to 2 forests, 2 to 3 hills, a building, a water feature, some walls, and just kind of a mix of that kind of stuff.
It's a very interesting place to live where you happen to have all those things in one location.
Yeah, it's a little silly, but tactically for the game, it makes a lot of sense.
Right.
It works pretty well.
How many tables are we looking to do for the GT?
40 in the long run. Right now we're building tables 6 through 16.
Okay.
So this is the second batch, if you will.
Do you think for the first GT we'll have 40 tables, 2013? Nah, that's long.
For
30.
50 players or 60 players. Yeah.
I think 30 tables would probably be
Yeah.
25 or 30
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'd rather sell out the tournament and have 5 people on a wait list and to create a demand than do 80 and then have only 65 show up.
Right. Yeah, especially if we're putting in all the man hours.
And the terrain is so much work that if we end up doing more than we need, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
It's really gonna.
Oh yeah.
Hurt.
Could you imagine if we didn't sell out?
But it's, I would say, way more than a cut above anything that I've ever experienced in the tournament setting before.
Yeah,
Yep.
not even close.
And that's what kind of pushed us to do this. Was we were looking at what's available at the current tournaments and saying, "Wow, we could just do so much better than that."